It's finally here. The fourth installment of Easter eggs and useless information in Escape from Tarkov. We don't need an intro, you already know what to expect. Let's hop straight into items. The blue beret is a reference to the Russian military airborne forces known as the VDV. The Tarkovskaya vodka bottle's description contains a reference to the Storm Area 51 meme, in which a group of people plan to overwhelm the security at the mysterious Area 51 military facility in late 2019. The GP coin and Pro Kill medallion are both callbacks to Contract Wars, which is a sort of prequel to Escape from Tarkov. GP was the premium currency and Pro Kill was a kill streak. The text MASS on the front of the DVD drive may be a reference to the Mass Effect game franchise. Shastrillo Foam's name is translated to Hustler. The CPU fan features a small logo in the center that is similar to the AMD logo, but instead says MAD. The Salewa First Aid Kit is based off of the waterproof first aid kit under the same name, which is now discontinued. The classic red version may no longer be in production, but they do make a newer version which is now black. The battered antique book is a streamer item for Dobby Killstreak, as well as a reference to Harry Potter. The sock that was given to Dobby to free him by Harry Potter is used as a bookmark on this item. In our last video, we explained a possible meaning behind the tube of Fire Clean, which is also Clean's streamer item. In the comments, a user pointed out that Fire Clean can also refer to a few online posts made by angry players calling for Clean to be fired from BSG, hence, Fire Clean. If you drop a jar of Dr. Lupo beans on the ground, you'll notice that it's quite large. The coffee beans themselves are comically oversized from actual coffee beans. Both the Iskra lunchbox and MRE in-game show an animation of ripping off the top and munching on some crackers. In real life, these are both modern military rations and include a main entree with either a small Esbit stove or a flameless ration heater, snacks, electrolyte drink mixes, side dishes, candy, and usually an accessory pack that can include coffee, creamers, salt and pepper, toilet paper, chewing gum, and a whole bunch of other stuff. These rations typically contain a ton of calories and come in a variety of menu options and flavors, such as pizza, shredded beef and barbecue sauce, chili, and chicken burrito bowls, and can range from tasting like gas station or prison food to actually being quite tasty. There's a ton of in-game items that are parodies of real-life items. Here's a rapid-fire list of a few of them. The G-Phone is an iPhone 7 or 8. Measuring tape is a Stanley 16-foot Powerlock measuring tape. Majeka Coffee is the Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee. Grizzly First Aid Kit is an Adventure Medical Kit Sportsman Series Grizzly. The flash drive is a Kingston Iron Key encrypted flash drive. And the Vaseline is a Phyto Cosmetic Norca Vaseline with mink fat. Next, we're on to maps. On Customs and Reserve, you can find writing on the walls that reads, "Sorry Mario, the princess is in another castle." This refers to all fights with the antagonist Bowser before the final world, where the character Toad exclaims, "Thank you Mario, but our princess is in another castle." In the 3-story dorms on Customs, there's graffiti on the ceiling that reads Metallica, Ram Stain, and Limpin' Car. This is a reference to the rock bands Metallica, Rammstein, and Linkin Park. The underground and D2 area on Reserve is a very accurate representation of Soviet-era military nuclear shelters. These shelters typically had several layers of hermetically sealed doors, command offices, barracks, generators, and other equipment to allow a specific amount of personnel to survive the deadliest days after a nuclear attack. It is a common misconception that people would have to stay in these types of shelters for years or even decades before emerging back on the surface. Depending on the severity of the attack, radioactive isotopes would sufficiently degrade in only weeks or months, allowing those in the bunker to emerge and find a safer place to relocate, if such a place exists. At the lab, a sign on the wall near the spilled barrels of green goo warns about various types of radiation. It's possible that this green sludge is meant to be a radioactive hazard that may be added in the future. All of the hidden trapdoor and barrel stashes on various maps were placed and stocked by Jaeger, who is a survivalist. On the first floor of the crack house on Customs, a lootable dead scav is barely visible through a blocked doorway. The book The Naked Sun by famous science fiction writer Isaac Asimov can be found in various trash piles on the floor. Another book can be found in trash piles on the floor in various areas called Games You Can Play With Your Pussy, which is a humorous book that uses perverted humor in reference to various activities you can do with your cat. There's a few other books you can find on the ground, specifically on the second floor library area of the crack house on Customs, that have low-res book covers and are hard to read. Some of them also have Russian titles. If anyone can figure out what these books are, post them in the comments. 1986 can be found on a smokestack on Customs, as well as above some machinery on Factory. I'm not entirely sure what this references, but 1986 is both the year in which the Chernobyl disaster occurred, as well as the launching of the Mir space station, which was the largest space station in orbit at the time. There are wooden signs placed around the gas station on Customs that translate to "no fuel," indicating a gas shortage before the violence began in Tarkov. In the USEC stash building on Customs, near the strange mannequin with the toilet on his head, someone apparently missed the toilet and proceeded to have an accident, and then discarded their soiled pants. The dome on reserve can be seen on Customs near the railway area. If you look at the rails through an optic, you can also see that the rails float above the terrain as it goes off the map. The helicopter near the pawn buildings on reserve is a Russian military Mi-26 heavy transport helicopter, although it seems slightly undersized in game. The helicopter near the health resort on Shoreline is an Mi-17 in its gunship configuration, as indicated by the rocket pods on either side. And finally, the crashed helicopter on the new factory expansion area is an Airbus H-125, a relatively popular helicopter used in civilian applications and some light-duty commercial work. And that's all we have for today. If you have any suggestions to add for episode 5, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I promise you won't regret it. I'll have new videos soon, but until then, I'm Jeff with EUL Gaming. Good luck out there.